It's the 25th of June 2025 and I'm down the beach right opposite the church. I can't remember what the church is actually called, but I'm down here anyway for the low tide fishing. We've had some southwesterly winds over the last few days and now it's a little bit calmer. I think my chances are high. I've got some really good fresh out lugs. They're gutted, but they're really good quality from this morning. And I think we're set up for a good session. Now, primarily what we've got here is we've got two rigs. One out is out quite a long way, about 130 yards, and possibly even more actually today because it's quite calm. But that one would be a Portsmouth on the right hand rod, and on the left hand rod we've got a I think it's I don't think it's a running ledger, but is out anyway with ultimate bass hooks. As you can tell, I'm a little bit rushed. I did get down here kind of a few minutes before the low tide is due to go and turn. I know it doesn't exactly turn right that moment in second, but nevertheless, it's kind of, you'd like to be down there early. But I managed to set things up anyway. The left rig is out only about 40 yards and the right rig is out quite a long way. So we'll wait and see what happens. Again, fresh lug on there. And I think we're going to catch today, I really do. A little bit of correction of what I said. It's actually the left rod which has got the Portsmouth rig on it, two size 2 hooks, and that's the one that's out a long way. And it's the right one which has got the other rig on there. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it'll be on the screen anyway. You can see what that one is. I think we're going to be in for a catch today. It's all right. It's very high. Let's get those tips pulling over. Get better bite detection. Set up at the moment, but I think I should set another rig up actually. I'll leave you to keep an eye on the rod tips while I go and set another rig up. Now I've got a Portsmouth on a dongle here. Now normally it'd be for big baits, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to set up some thick, juicy worms on there. So dongles, primarily for bigger baits. They've got the circle hooks on them, as you can see there. But as I said, I'm going to be putting quite a succession of worms on there. And this is a Portsmouth rig, by the way, made up with dongles, so it's not just a single hook here. So we got a free juicy lug there, and I'm going to start by wrapping them together first, and then put them against the dongle. If I had prepared this better, you know, like in advance, I would have bought the mackerel fillets that I got. That's it. I'll bind that real nice and tight. Stop this from sliding down. I'm going to put the dongle on, the one that's got a little bit more meat on it. So these lug are exceptional lug. It makes a change to actually get some decent lug up from downwind Chelsea, because as of the last couple of months it's been really small little things. So I've got 2 rigs set up. Left one's just been put back out, and the right one will be due in quite soon. See, at the moment it's not actually flooded in yet. It's not properly starting to real push back. That's the time when the fish are most active, when they come in. Not to say that you can't catch nothing now, but it's kind of like a golden time when the fish are likely to catch. I've found over the years it's normally within the first hour, hour and a half, when most of my catches happened of the flood of the low tide. Being able to cast that a little bit further just means I don't have to get my waders on and go into the sea. I can make up for that with my casting. Of course, a few years back I actually used to wear my waders, and I used to cast out at distance. But it's not always at distance. This is why I fish one rod in quite low, within 40 yards, and the other one quite far out. Now, if I had got here before these guys to the left of me were here, I would have went there because of the gully that fills up. So you see that gully that fills up just behind there? Yeah. The rod on the right has been out there for a good 20 minutes now. I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to put on one of these other rigs just close in. Don't need to be having it far out at all. There's something about my Ziplex that just feels so nice. Don't know what it is. Not drag it. Oh, got myself a lure there. Just found a lure. Lead on the end of it. It's not bad going, is it? If those mackerel show up, I might try and use that if I can detangle it quick enough. Yeah, well, I don't know though. Looks pretty tangled up. Right, let's get this one in close. This is another Portsmouth rig, just 2 O's all through. And I'm not going to put it very far out either. I'm just going to put it in quite close in. Really don't want that too far out. Hopefully you can see just how close that is in. Don't get me wrong, I do like the Century Tip Tornado Super Match, but there's something about that Ziplex old traditional one that just feels so nice to cast. Yeah. Not yet. I'm hoping for the big one to come on. It's normally when I'm not recording, then I'll catch something.
Or when you're talking to somebody else.
Well, actually, funny enough you say that, it's actually been good luck. because there's been people that come and talk to me, and that's when the rod starts knocking.
Are you looking for bass? Is it bass?
Bass, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought they were on the rocks, aren't they?
They are on the rocks, but you stand a high chance of losing your rigs.
Yeah.
So, and they will come in close, because we've just had a good southwesterly wind. So we'll have to wait and see. But this is a notoriously good spot for them as well.
Oh.
So we hope. But it's lovely anyway, it's lovely weather, isn't it? Thank you. The Simplex GSI, really old rod. Still love the feel of it. I think I like the thickness of the blank. I'm used to it. I can still whack a bait out with that tip tornado though. But there's something about that Simplex that I just really like. And I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, like, I don't know, an M4, not an M4 GT, maybe an Evo or Primo Synchro or something. Would be quite nice. Oh, and today, look what I've got with me. For those of you who have not watched my previous videos, you'll know why I'm making such a big deal that the fact I've actually got my rag. For some odd reason, no matter how much I plan ahead, I always normally leave that behind. And yeah, rather not. My daughter bought me this hat. Quite fitting if I catch something today, wouldn't it? Always have two rigs hanging and ready to go out. Waste as little time as possible. These are Ultima Bass hooks. They're size 3 by Mustard, and they are fantastic. I have caught some really nice bass with these in the past. It's a pulley panel. The running ledger is the one where the weight actually runs down and moves. And this is not that. This is the pulley panel. What a beautiful day it is. It really is nice. It's got a nice little bit of breeze coming over. Sun shining. Got really good lug. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. Not just the really good lug, but the sun shining and the breeze, the air, the open space. I've picked up over the years that people that are quite good casters tend to get this kind of stigma of overcasting. It is easy to do, but if you're really here for the fish, it's easy just to, you know, thumb the spool a little bit, just to control that distance. It's quite funny really, we're all sort of looking over at each other. Probably thinking all the same thing. What are they catching? What are they using for their bait? What are rigs they're using and their distance and stuff. What we need is a big bang, bang, bang. Or a medium size bang, bang, bang. Don't want to be greedy here. Be nice to get like a 3 pound bass. That kind of size, you know, 46 centimeters, 50 or something. That'd be nice. Seems to be anchored, then it seems to go slack again, almost like a slack liner. I mean, it's anchored. It's definitely anchored. This lure's seen better days. The state of it. So my specific location is if I'm looking out the sea, I'm to the right side of the church, Christ Church I think it's called. I think actually this spot, this mark's called New Church. You can tell it's been such a long time since I've fished it. I had a little tip today from Dave at Hastings Angular channel. Saw him down the beach today lugging. Said this particular spot's pretty good. I had fished here many years ago, but I haven't for a long time. So yeah, you know, got myself a little rig there. Right, it's starting to flood in now. Just starting to push in. And it starts to push in like this. This is when I normally bring it back, get some fresh lug. Or in this particular case, I'll just whack 2 more lugs out. The boat that's out there, that's roughly where my rig is. There we go, starting to push in now. We go back. We'll see what the next 25 minutes brings us. Just loosen these. Now, gotta watch it when I bring it in that my rigs don't fall off. So it's 7:20. Let's bring this one in. Put some fresh bait out there. Maximum scent. This reel's behaving itself today. It's actually behaving itself. It wasn't going into gear. Now it seems to be okay at the moment. Put this one out a little bit further than normal, I think. Not bad at all, not bad. And so's my bait gone. This one's possibly even closer. I'll say it's about 20 yards out this time. So this is the Portsmouth rig with the yellow weight on there. That's quite short as nuds. And this is one where I use the dongle. I think what I might do is I might put a wishbone rig out. Just to widen my chances of a catch. Yeah, so this one's got all the bling on. These rigs, I've put a bit of time into these. That's why it's always a little bit gutting when I lose them sometimes. I actually put a bit of time into these. Right, it's starting to flood in. I've got no Wellingtons on me, so not today. They are in the car, but it's starting to flood in and it's not get wet. Let's not get wet. Which one's going to go first? See this little gully just here in front of me that's just filling up. This is where the flatfish will certainly come in, for sure. Now we're starting to flood. Now we're really starting to flood. Okay. Here we go. Should be getting the bites now. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Here we go. Yep, we're on. We're on to our first fish. Oh no, this is the one at distance. Why on about? This is the one at distance. Oh, it's a smooth hound. Here we go. We broke the blank. So this looks like a smooth hound. Yeah, so so this is a smooth hound. No, you won't like that, mate. You've got to be careful of them because they certainly can whip your tail around and scratch you, which is why you tend to hold them like that. But we're going to get him back into the sea and we're going to put our rig back out and see what else we can catch. This is this one was actually long range. This one was actually at long range. There we go. There's our smooth hound. And there's our first catch. Good start. Right when it starts to flood. We'll open that up a bit. One smooth hound. Let's get this out there. get it a good distance out, because that's where that one was caught, at distance. There you go. My clutch seems to be holding up, which is good. Let's bring this one in. This is the pulley panel. It's what we're going to get clipped back on there in a second. Bit of a thumb slip. But it's out there. One rod with a thumb slip is about 120 yards that way. This one is probably about 130 straight ahead of me. I'm going to put away the dongle. Down to my last 10 lug. Got through them quickly. Yeah, got through them really quickly. Let's see if we can catch another fish. Let's see if we can get something else. I'd love to be able to take a bass home tonight. That'd be really good. Let's get behind the rods to see what's going on from a different angle. I've still got the scratching rig to go out. Caught a little mini, look at that. Little mini crab. Right, I'm going to put the long Portsmouth on. "18" top snood and 18" bottom snood. The short version is 12-12. Now the guys to the right of me have gone, which opens up the little gully that's in front of them. So I'm going to put the little tiny small rig, I'm going to put the rig with the wishbone just to over the edge there, not very far out. Say, well, it's got to be about 10 yards out, that's all. The sun's starting to set down. Originally I was going to go back to pet level before I went Chelsea and to get some more lug. And then I thought, no, I'm going to go down to the pier. And then I thought, no, I can't go to the pier because all the parking spaces are completely taken up. So I thought, in front of the church. And here I am, in front of the church. Now we're getting that the sun's going down, slight overcast. This is what Bath's like. I think this was the location where I came down with an old mate of mine, Jez, and he just put a rig literally just over the side. And it was just a little tiny rod. He put a rig just over the side of that groin there. And he caught a really nice bass. It was a keeper. I'm going to bring this left one in, put on the wishbone, put it just over there and see what happens. Been looking at getting a Pen Fathom 2, like the casting special. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should get one of those. That one's ready. I'm going to put in on the wishbone, and just to make sure that it definitely opens up, I'm not even going to bother even clipping it down. I haven't had problems with it opening up, but that's normally when it's at distance. It's got like more of an impact to open up, but in this particular case there's going to be no impact. It's literally going to be just plopping it over the top there. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, just plop it over the top. Estimate it. Try it just there. It's literally just over there. I wanted to go a little bit further out actually. Let's get this one in. Just the breakers gripping a bit, that's all. Oh, the hook's gone. The hook's gone. I'm glad I brought that in. Wouldn't be catching nothing with that. Why not add that? I wonder what had that. This is the new one. Got a little bit caught up there. Nice. That's it. Now 8:14 now. Low tide was 6:15, 7:15, 18. Yeah, we've got roughly an hour, but I won't be doing the full hour, depending on what happens. So we can see the church just up there. Just so you can see, it's just a little bit to my right where the church is, just a little bit. Right over there, we've got Azures. Never turn your back to the tide. You never know. I have had it where I was fishing at night once. I was quite near the groin wall, and it was a little bit choppy, but it wasn't like anything spectacular. What happened was it was at night time. I was next to the groin wall, and I turned my back to the tide, and suddenly this big wave came from nowhere, almost like a rogue wave, you could say. But it was a little bit choppy, but it wasn't nothing like to worry about. But this wave, obviously, it hit the wall, then it bounced off the wall, and then it actually pulled me off my feet. Now, that's a lesson learned, and never turn your back to the sea or the waves. It's not worth it. I'm going to make this my last cast. This rig here, my last cast. And I'm going to pack away that wishbone. And then about 25 minutes from now, I will pack up and head home. Your golden time has been and gone. It will go slack for a little bit, and then the last 3 hours it'll start picking up again. Okay, so let's get this one on there. Try and look a little bit higher this time, so I can get it a little bit higher trajectory. That's good distance. That right one is actually cast out quite a way. Guy to the left of me is going to try mackerel. We've got a bit of movement on that right rod. We could actually be in for a catch, you know, we could be in for a catch. Sky's getting quite dark, almost like it could rain. That's what the sky's like at the moment. So for those of you that are into the tech, I've ordered myself a DJI Action 4, not the 5, because the 4 was close enough in its quality to not warrant lashing out for the version 5 because it's much more expensive. Version 4 was on offer for 189, which is incredibly cheap for a version 4. Now I'm come from version 1, the original DJI, and it's been fantastic. The only real reason I'm changing over to the 4 is because the compatibility with these mics, these wireless mics. Cutting the story short, it basically means that when I'm doing video editing and I've got footage from the Action 4 and footage from the camera I'm recording right now, which is the Pocket 3, the microphones are going to be both wireless connected to each of them, and that means that not only the quality of the audio is going to be great for both, but DaVinci Resolve, my video editor, is going to have a really easy time in synchronizing those clips up, especially when it's the case that I'm not going to be recording the Action 4 continuously like I am the Pocket 3. So whenever I'm casting out or winding in, or I'm talking about a rig, something close up, then I'll just hit that record button for the Action 4. So it's going to be quite segmented, as in files, on the Action 4 compared with the Pocket 3. And for that reason, I really rely on the auto sync in DaVinci Resolve to sync both the videos up using the waveform from the audio. That's really what it's about. I still think we're in for a catch, you know. Our fishing adventures for today, of the low tide fishing, is up, I think. I don't want to put this away all messed up and think that it's ready for next time. Some lug left, and I've got some lug indoors. I've still got some lug indoors to wrap up. It's been drying even more during the time I've been out. Let's put everything away. Keep nice and organised. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're on. We're on to a nice fish. I could have let that develop longer, but I could see that it was well and truly hooked with the way that pulled down. So I think this is more likely to be a bass. Again, this one's out at quite some distance. Definitely pulling something there across the top, something a bit of a lump. I'm pulling some seaweed. Maybe I was a little bit premature in pulling that in, because there was something definitely pulling on it aside from the seaweed, which I think there still might be. Yeah, or my own rod. Yes, my own rod. Okay, that's let's see what we can do to get out of this one. Seaweed has combined them. Oh yeah, there's a fish on. That's a small little... Yeah. Well done. Thank you. You saved it. Oh, that's for mackerel. Yeah. Tomorrow afternoon, about 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I shall leave that there for the moment.
Very small, yeah?
Yeah, very small little schoolie. Small ones fight more. So, this is a very small schoolie bass. As you can see there, very small schoolie bass. But it's a catch. And we just get a good grasp over it. So you can actually see this. Let's get this back in the water. It was very, very close in losing that. That man ran down to try to get that. Very lucky. No, I didn't lose that little catch. Even though it was a small bass, it was still a catch and something that I wanted to show the camera. Small bass and smooth hound.
My dad was fishing in Hastings and got a mini train of big flounder.
Oh, that's nice. What size flounder did he get? Oh, not enough to take home.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
take home, though, put it back.
All right. That's nice. It's good to hear.
How long have you been out?
About 2.5 hours. So I fished the low tide up to about 2.5, 3 hours, and then off home.
What did the hound that you got through?
Oh, I didn't measure it. It was not that long.
Good. Alright, thank you. Bye.
That's our long one. The other one's still out there. We're Portsmouth short and a Portsmouth long. That's definitely the long one. It's a nice little catch the last minute. Still got one rod out still. So none of the catches today have been close in because I fished both rods. And I've always made sure that one rod up to a certain point was in quite close. 40 yards, 20 yards, and at one point even 10 yards out. And then I caught the first fish, and that was at distance, and then I decided to start putting them out at distance from that point onwards. Especially as I put one with a wishbone rig just over the groin to the left, and there was nothing there. Is this a big lump of seaweed? So it certainly feels heavy. That feels like there could be a fish on. Or huge lump of seaweed. The bigger bass can feel like a huge lump of seaweed because they don't fight as much as the smaller ones. It could still be a fish. Crab. Hey! Well, I wasn't expecting that. Well and truly hooked. There we go. Very spiky. See if we can pick it up. There we go. These are really, really strong. We're good. We're all good. So today was, I would call, a successful fishing session. I managed to catch a smooth hound, a small schoolie bass, and even a crab to boot. That crab was actually quite heavy. Its shell was really, really solid and spiky. But overall, I think it was a good session. I really enjoyed it. And that will be the end of this session now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, click a like if you like it, and please do leave comments. And also, let me know what you think about the Fathom casting special too. This is something that I might get to replace my reel that's currently going in the clutch. Or something that can cast a good distance still, but something a bit more rugged, something that can withstand a little bit more than my 7HT mags. Anyway, that's the end of this session, and I will see you next time.